Well, it has been another great week with yet another GMC Sierra. This is the 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate, and it has all of the luxury. If you're looking for a luxurious GM product truck, you're gonna be very happy with this thing. This has all the tech. This has Super Cruise, has all the cool stuff, 360 camera, beautiful display, updated interior, way better than the last version of the Sierra. Has the old school 6.2 liter, 420 horsepower V8, which I've really enjoyed. Seems kind of rare these days to get such a nice, naturally aspirated, large V8 like that. And overall, it's been a very comfortable cruiser, and it's actually gotten pretty great gas mileage. I think if you're looking for a GM product, like I said, that's luxurious, that can tow, that's comfortable, that's just the whole thing, and you've got $81,000 to spend, I think you're gonna be pretty happy with what GM has done with their latest iteration of a favorite, the Sierra 1500. So, I wanna take you around today. I'll show you the exterior, I'll show you some things I loved. I'll also take you for a drive and kind of just give you some of my thoughts after not only driving this for a week, but also driving the similar but different AT4X for a week, and just kind of give you some common things between the both of them that I'm finding to be very good about the new GMC Sierra, but also some things that maybe aren't my favorite. So hopefully this helps anybody that's looking to buy, you know, the new 1500 full-size pickup from GM. And anyway, let's get on with it. All right, so starting off in the 2022 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. Let's take it for a drive. Well, it is another hot day here in Salt Lake City in September of 2022, but I can tell you what, it's been very cool to drive this Sierra Denali Ultimate for the past several days. I'm really impressed, to be short and speaking. There's a few nitpicks that I have about the truck, but overall, if you're wanting something that's very luxurious and you know, has an old school 6.2 liter V8, 420 horsepower, you're gonna be pretty darn happy with this truck. So recently I also had the 2022 GMC Sierra AT4X, which was also a very cool truck. And while I do think it looked cooler than this, obviously that's a little bit of a different market segment that they're selling to. This Sierra I think looks great. Its proportions are awesome. I even like the large 22-inch wheels. And it rides really well. Oh, I love that V8. It's so good. I still maintain it's not quite as fast as you're probably expecting. 420 horsepower is, you know, nothing to shake a stick at, but it's not maybe quite as punchy as maybe you're thinking, but it's plenty good. Like, it's really good. And I'm on a very bumpy road right now, and I have to say, with leaf springs in the back still, the suspension on this Denali Ultimate does a very good job at soaking up these. It's very bumpy on this road, and so it does a really good job. It does a better job than the AT4X that I was in, but that's a completely different suspension setup, as the Multimatic shocks, and which are incredible. But if you want something just to kind of cruise around in luxury while also having, you know, full pickup capability and towing and just even actually pretty good gas mileage, this new Sierra Denali Ultimate is so cool. Let me just start off with a couple things that I've really enjoyed. I really like the dash layout. I think the last generation of Sierra, at least up until this refresh, the interior really needed an update, and they've done it here. Like, I love the dash. I think the screen is really beautiful. I like how the vents are integrated up here, and I think that they've just done a really good job. Speaking of the screen, it's very high resolution, and the cameras on it are crystal clear, some of the best I've seen. And I was in a brand new Lexus even recently, and those cameras and that resolution was not as good as this. I love the 360 camera on this. It makes it so easy to park this huge thing. And this is just such a great cruising truck. I like the rest of the interior. It seems pretty well put together. This has about 5,000 miles on it, and it does have a few shakes and rattles from some of the plastic trim pieces here on the dash, but it's nothing crazy, and it's only on certain surfaces and only at certain speeds. And so, but overall, it seems really well constructed. I like the center digital cluster here. I think it looks good. and it's easy to read, and their menus are prolific. There's a lot in there. You can just scroll through and kind of have it set up however you want. I've enjoyed the fuel economy, you know, in commuting in this thing, about 50 miles round trip. I'm usually getting over 19 miles to the gallon, which for this truck being so beefy and for its large V8, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's try a little acceleration here. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Ooh, that was awesome. All right, one more, going up the hill. Oh, that's good. That was just funny back there. I mean, I've tested the acceleration before, but I didn't expect, there must have been just the angle of it, the back tires got away a little bit. That was funny. So while I'm thinking about it, here's a couple things that I haven't loved so much about the Denali Ultimate Sierra. And while the luxury is amazing and the Super Cruise is really cool, I mean, the tech is great. The things that I haven't loved so much and are kind of the same issues I had with the AT4X that I was in. The first one primarily being these seats. And while they're cushioned decently and give you especially nice back support, the lower cushion is so small. Like, nobody's talking about it. I don't know why it hasn't really been brought up, but I've tried all the adjustments and still, like, these seats are surprisingly narrow and they are definitely very shallow. Like, I'm only 5'9" and I feel like the bottom cushion is only going down like halfway, down like half my thigh. And my legs aren't like abnormally, I'm just a normal sized, you know, white male in the United States, right? Like, and so I can't understand how these seats are so small when I would imagine, like, you know, the Sierra is going to appeal to a lot of different buyers, of a lot of different body types. And I've been in many F-150s, modern F-150s and Rams, and those seats are definitely larger. They're just bigger and they're more comfortable. They're like lazy boys, and these feel just like, you know, they just feel small. I don't want to say like they feel like banana chairs, because they're not like uncomfortable, but I want to feel, while I'm in this, like, this is the Denali Ultimate, right? I want to feel like I'm just like lounging in luxury in my super comfortable chair. It's good, but it's definitely not maybe what you have in mind when you think of like Denali Ultimate, really plush and luxurious. Speaking of the seats, this isn't like a major complaint, because I'm always grateful for ventilated seats, period. I think it's a super cool feature, especially where it's just, you know, so hot here in Utah. And I think we've had like over 30 days of 100 degrees, 35 days of 100 degrees this summer or something. So I appreciate the ventilated seats, but I will say that these feel a little bit on the weaker side of the ventilated seat options that I've experienced. Even like the seats in our own Kia Telluride, really cool you down. I mean, that's a Kia, right? Like, this is like the Denali Ultimate, and I can feel it, but it's not like it's like really cooling me down. My back is still pretty hot, and so that's just something to consider. Something else that I've noticed in my time has not necessarily to do with the driving experience, but with the automatic side steps that come down. This very cool feature to have them automatically come down. They look good, but they do kind of like move slightly, like slide around just like an inch. They've got like an inch of play in them. And so you kind of step on them, and it's not like, it's great. I'm grateful for the steps, but like, it's not the most like reassuring thing when you're stepping out or climbing into the truck. And while I'm braking here, that reminds me, the brake pedal is very stiff in this thing, and you have to apply quite a bit of pressure, more than you're probably expecting, to get the kind of like power and bite that you want out of these brakes. So keep that in mind. You probably need to plan ahead. Like, if you're going to be stopping abruptly, I would definitely like just be ready to apply a lot of pressure, because it is a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. I wish there was just a little more like bite without having to be so, so forceful with it when you're trying to stop abruptly. All right, so anyway, let's get out of the truck, give you a little walk around, show you some things that I've loved on the exterior, and we'll give you my final impressions after that, get back in the truck, and we'll be on our way. So here it is, the 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate, top of the top, just about $81,000 as optioned. And I think for the money, you're getting a ton of luxury. I think you're getting a pretty awesome V8. I think you're getting a lot of great tech, including GM's very popular Super Cruise, or at least it is in the media, it seems like lately. You're getting some nice wheels, you're getting the awesome tailgate that I'll show you in just a minute. And overall, I think you're getting just a great truck from GMC. If you're a GM fan, I think you're going to be very happy with this truck, because I think it's just the best that it's probably been ever. With that, especially with the interior upgrade, I cannot overstate how much of a nice upgrade that is. So there you go. So here's that massive grille. It's so big. Those cool LED daytime running lights. You have your chrome recovery hooks down there. And I just love how it's kind of just blacked out, right? It's not the traditional GMC red there. It's just nice gray, blue, charcoal motifs going on. And those 22-inch wheels, I actually think they look really cool. Here's a closer look. Coming down the side here, there's your Ultimate badge, 6.2 liter with the nice Denali topographical map there. Going down, here's your wheels. I like it. Very cool. I almost wonder if some black lug nuts would look better, but here's just a view down the side. And let me show you the tailgate. So this tailgate's awesome. You just go ahead and press this button. It lowers the whole thing. And then if you press the other button underneath, it lowers this piece. And then if you press this button, you have a full-on step into this. It's really cool. And then come over here, lift this up, grab on, step onto the step, and you can easily get into the bed. And then to lower it, just grab it, pull up this lever, click it back into place. I guess I should have used that to step down, but that's okay. And then same process, you just fold it up, put it away. There you go. And boom. Pretty cool. You also have an integrated step on both sides in the bumper, as well as these very cool faux exhaust pipes, but I think they look pretty cool, square and angular. And here's just another view down the side of this awesome Sierra. Coming inside, you can see Denali Ultimate gives you some amazing cross stitching here in the leather. Love that beautiful saddle brown. There's your Ultimate Denali with your coordinates. Again, your topographical map. Memory seats. Pretty cool. Coming over to the left, here's your switches, your different modes, your lighting modes. Your parking brake buttons, clear over here. It does automatically engage on most surfaces, but sometimes I have been on an incline where it hasn't, so you do need to press that over there. You have your heads-up display adjustment. You can adjust it up and down, information, your brightness, and that kind of stuff. Down to these buttons, you have your large engine start-stop button, your ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, which I did test out. It does feel good. Easy fan speed adjustment there, passenger ventilated heated seats in the rear, all the stuff you expect. And if I do have a major complaint about the interior, besides the seats, it is this. That takes up so much space. Like, I don't know why this gear selector has to be so big, and for the trailer brake, like, this takes up an enormous amount of space here, and I just feel like it doesn't really need to, which puts your drinks pretty far away. If I've got a big, soda, which I sometimes do, that is kind of hard to get out, especially with these, rubber bladders there. It's far away. You're kind of trying to lift it out. And I just feel like this could have been better integrated somewhere else on the dash. I'm not sure where, but anyway, it just takes up a lot of room. Something I have really liked is this wireless charging pad. It's nicely angled and it keeps your phone out of the way so you're not tempted to look at it. And I think it just actually does a pretty good job of charging your phone, which not all wireless chargers do. I know it's the hot new thing in cars right now, but my luck has not been very positive with them. And this one I think does a pretty good job. Coming into the center console, you do have this nice rubberized, you could put a phone there even or something else, pencils, a pen or whatever. But lift this up and you have an absolutely enormous center console. Pull the tray out, you can see USBs, just everything you could ever want. And pretty cool.